Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I guess this is going to be another bonus episode. Mitch is here. Mitch, how's it going?
Good, not bad at all.
Weird, it's just the two of us.
I know, right? We've had guests so many times recently.
Mitch and I are also doing a podcast over at Transworld with Blair Alley, Podus Operandi. So we just started that, recorded the first episode. They posted it Monday. So whenever the hell I get done editing this, see how long it takes me from now until then. But you can go check it out. It's pretty much, right, Mitch? Safe to say it's like almost kind of the same thing we do here, just...
Yeah, with Blair, a little bit shorter format.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's cool. We got a bunch of good response to it, which I'm psyched on. I wasn't sure how people were going to deal with us.
Yeah, me neither. I saw one comment there and it said it looked like I was on drugs, so...
I was waiting for the who the hell are these guys?
Yeah, I haven't had that one yet. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool to do that and... I guess be on a bigger platform, I guess.
But yeah, we're going to keep doing these for sure. Like, it's going to be separate, and this is still going to be our thing, and the Transworld thing will kind of exist in its own world.
Blair runs the show over there. We get to run the show over here. Win-win for everybody. Blair, if you're out there listening, again, thanks for the opportunity. I'm pretty happy, too, Mitch, that Blair's pretty cool. Like, he's a California dude, but he's, like, pretty in the know, which is blown away by. So it's awesome. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, you and I both definitely had our fair share of weird California experiences, so I'm psyched that he's cool.
Yes, definitely. Blair's the best. So, getting into this week, since the corporate shoe episode seemed to do pretty well on our standards, easiest way to steal an episode is to read the comments and react to them, I guess, is what the kids would say. So, looks like we got a decent number of comments there to go through and, kind of share our thoughts and opinions on them.
Yeah, not as many comments of people telling us we're assholes as the core shoe brands one.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. The corporate shoe fans don't have that. I guess they don't feel like they're stepped and beaten on. Where like the the America faithful fan, is very defensive of their crappy America shoes. Not as much of that here on the corporate end. But I guess Mitch, you can lead us off into some comments.
Yeah, I'll go with this one. So we're talking about DCs. And this guy goes, I like DC. I recently got 2 pairs of Cure high tops. I think he means Pures. But at a deep discount. Okay. So we see those all those skate shoes are going to be at Ross and wherever. If it's a sole Mitch is talking about, but I don't like the really big pill pattern sole. It's not on mine, but I saw it on others. So I think what he's talking about is when I was talking about the Lynx OG soles versus the Lynx Zero sole. So, I got on my Dave program and brought props.
Nope.
So, this is the K-Lynx that I was talking about, that it's like the K-less 1 upper on the OG Lynx sole. But it does have that, big, wide pill pattern and that runner's toe that you hate. But, I mean, I love this shoe. I haven't gotten to wear it yet because I'm still wearing this stupid boot, and I don't want to mess up one shoe and not the other one. But, I think this is the sole he's talking about. Where I like that big pill pattern all the way across the bottom. And then he keeps saying, I had boxers in 99 to 2000. They were bulletproof and super comfortable. Man, did you ever have boxers back in the day?
I had navy boxers.
Man, that thing is literally like a marshmallow.
Dude, they look like a toddler shoe. They literally look like a little 5-year-old kid's shoe, when their feet are wider than they are long.
Dude, I said they look like those Jordan slippers that you get at kiosks at the mall, where it's just big, oversized. Yeah, looking back on those, it's tough.
I mean, I guess in his defense, they were bulletproof, and I remember them being comfortable. I don't.
Yeah, aesthetically looking back at photos now, they look kind of goofy, and I remember when they tried to bring those back, it wasn't as successful as some of the other stuff they brought back. But
speaking of those, what I thought was cool was the second version of them was the plug. Do you remember those? And Henry Sanchez had them, I think, in the 4-in-1 Pier 7 spot check. I don't know if they were thinners. They're a little different. I think there was an olive or a brown colorway. But Henry Sanchez had them, and it was oh, those are cool. Henry Sanchez has the plugs. I want those. I think Henry Sanchez has boxers too in in Fit Credo.
And then what was it?
The
Syntax was another one that was very had that same sole to it and a very similar body shape, but I think those were all synthetic.
Hence the name.
Yeah.
And did you have them in black with red, or they were just all blacked out?
Yeah,
Black
like
with
all
red.
black
I
with a
remember
red
that.
bottom sole.
The good old days of DC.
Yeah, right. Do you want to pick another comment then?
Oh, did we read his whole thing?
I think I got to like all the main points of it. The last thing he said was, "I was always happy with DC shoes. Them Etnies slash Soltec. I never had a bad slash disappointing pair of either." Clearly, he has not had a pair of Soltec shoes in the last few years.
I think he has. It's funny. So, Duplensky, he has a YouTube channel. You can go check it out. He had a video of himself, like remaking a sole of a shoe. I think everybody should just go check it out. It's a little long. My only advice to him is when making these videos would be either narrate them a little and keep them a little shorter. Let us know what's going on in them. I'll post a clip of it. Very interesting, very interesting. But it was actually pretty cool to see how he was remaking this sole to put in his shoe. And I think it was on a pair of Etnies. I think it was Etnies.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Good dude though. Seems like a nice guy. Etnies suck. All right. Do I get to pick one now? Is that how we're doing
Yeah,
this?
go for it.
A lot of it's like statements. You know what I mean? R.R.K. Kaminsky 9. Adidas has been weird for sure. I really like all of Lucas's shoes, even the recent Puig cup sole with the weird heel, but it seems like they're just not releasing new stuff. They should redo the Dorado ADV Boost as a Gustav Pro model and focus it all on him. I just think this one's funny because they're not doing anything new and then redo this shoe, which would be not doing something new. Gustav's the best, though. I don't know what a Dorado Advanced Boost is, but Gustav's the best. And if there was any way to get that dude any more money or shoes or anything, I just I'm all
he
for
deserves it.
He might be. He's almost like on that day one level of like can do anything.
Yeah, but looks good doing
So
it.
good.
Like not that Day One doesn't, but he just has a certain style where it's like you immediately know it's him.
Yeah, everything he does is next level, man.
Yeah, can't remember what video it was that he was in like, in the last year or two. But they skate like that little tiny steep bank to a ledge. It's like marble, and it's like the quickest little setup to it. And like he does ridiculous stuff on that. And it's like nobody else would be able to skate that. Like you could land in it maybe, but he's using the bank to like get to the ledge.
Yeah,
Like all that interesting stuff that like no one else is touching it that way.
Yeah, I think he's one of those dudes. He can do stuff that nobody else can do, hands down. And I think Adidas should focus on him more. I think that's a great idea. Your question, Mitch. Pick a good one.
I thought we were gonna still keep. So talking about
Oh.
those Adidas though, how did it go that we got Dave to buy shell toes?
Oh, did he? He went to go buy them. He didn't get them, right?
Oh, I thought he sent us a picture that he bought some.
Oh,
But
did he buy
either
them? I know
way-
he was saying they were like $100. Because I know that's a funny one at the outlets. They're never on sale.
Yeah, that's like the one shoe that they never put on.
Yeah, they tell you like classics are not. I think it's classics is what they call like all the blue box ones. And they're like, yeah, the classics are not on sale, like in fine print. It's like, oh man,
Yeah, like that's the only thing I want here.
like that's it. That's it. Seriously, because it's like really bad sometimes. Fucking
Oh,
Adidas.
all right. So let's go with this one. You and I can both answer this. So does that Asics Japan sole grab rocks? I had the S Quattros and they grabbed onto pebbles like it was their job. Otherwise, it was a super grippy sole. Once your sole was full of pebbles, they weren't gripping and just scratching up your grip tape. I only asked because I had similar lines across the foot of the midsole. I want to try it out, but that's been my only hesitation. You and I both said like the sole on that Japan is like fantastic. Like that's one of the biggest selling points. But I didn't notice anything like no more than any
No.
other shoe, like stuff getting stuck in it.
Isn't the Quattro that crappy thing that Mike skates?
Yeah.
So that was the one with that
of those, like,
herringbone.
F3 issues with like that crazy herringbone sole that like wraps
Yeah, it's
around the edges and stuff.
Yeah, the Japan sole is nothing even close to that. The
No.
grooves are all pretty large. They're not pebble magnets. Like that shoe's just very small, like a herringbone thing. That was what that dude Matt Wilson was telling us. Like when he stands on his board, his like foot moves around even if he's standing on it because it's like doesn't keep him stable.
There's nothing actually touching the board except for those thin little lines.
Yeah, something. So yeah, that's night and day compared to those things. Those and what are those $100 turds, right? Those S shoes.
I'm sure every other day they're buy one get one free or $30 somewhere.
You can get the black and turquoise pair. I just can't believe people still buy S shoes.
If we were talking about that Muska, 150 bucks,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Especially once I had it in hand and like felt it. Yeah, I don't know. No one else is charging $150 for a shoe, and it's, there are far superior quality shoes out there.
Isn't that crazy? Like if you
Thousands
think
of
about
kids.
it, that's like the most expensive skate shoe.
Yeah, the only other one that was 150 bucks that I can think of is that Costin 3 with like the crazy sock thing. That was
Were
150.
those that much when they came out?
Yeah, every pair. And I'm sure it was all that like lunar lawn and crazy tech that was in it, but still, it's a lot of money.
$150 for an S shoe. And it seems like they're getting it. People are buying them.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to run into that same thing that everybody else said, where it's like, cool, you bought it once, but you're not buying it again.
And that's what they're doing, like one colorway at a time, right? And they're just pre-booking.
Yeah, the Muska dropped with two. There's a gray one and like a black and red one. So you didn't even do the iconic like navy and white. I'm sure they're going to hold off and try and drop that later and then get people on the nostalgia of like, oh, well, this is the one, this was the first one, and this is the one I really want. I saw Muska selling signed pairs on his website.
Oh, good lord. Is
Yeah.
he really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could see people that...
Yeah, because
Like,
you're going to
I
keep
make
them and
fun
not
of
wear
it.
them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we were already old enough, too, when that hit. Like, it was kind of goofy anyway, like Musk and his boombox. So there's kids that started, and that's like, to
Oh,
them,
yeah.
it's like,
You know how
man, I
many
remember
kids
that.
I sold their first completes to with that Muska silhouette board? Jesus.
Hundreds, yeah. Seriously. It was, like, all right, so is there somebody like that now in skating?
I don't think so.
Is there? Because, like, Nigel's popular, but you don't see anybody dressing like him.
No, and nobody's trying to be. I feel like it was Muska, and then Bam, and then has there really been somebody since that like people outside are like clamoring to dress like them?
I mean, you had
or
Jamie
wear their
Thomas
shit?
in that mix within some kind of a time frame.
Yeah, but that was like in skateboarding. That wasn't like bringing kids in that weren't skating already. Like Muska, like kids that didn't skate at all.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Where I lived, like
Bam was
they
huge
came in
with
because they
that.
heard about this Muska thing, and like everyone was wearing the Muska shit. Like, so then they came in like, oh, I need to have this too. Like, do you know how many girls I sold that Shorties hoodie with like the S's on the shoulders? Like everybody. I mean, admittedly I was working in like a beach town, so everybody wore like surfer shit anyway. But like, dude, those Shorties hoodies, we couldn't keep those in stock.
Man, yeah, it was crazy how big it was and how quick it like demised and then turned to like shit.
Yeah, turned into guilty.
Yeah, guilty killed it, done. But yeah, I can't think of anybody after that. Like Bam too. It was like I remember working at the store and like Bam audios would fly out of there for like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was people who didn't skate.
And they would buy the full setup, the BAM board, the Destructos, the BAM element wheels, like the whole deal. It's funny, I saw he was signing at like some horror convention around the corner from my house the other day.
Home. He's not in jail.
No, he's like, seems like he's got his shit together again. Hopefully it sticks this time.
Yeah,
But I mean,
for his
I
sake.
saw he was like out bowling with Carrie and like doing all kinds of like weird shit. But hey, if it's keeping him not being a mess, I'm all about it. I thought this one was interesting.
Shoot.
Nike doesn't sponsor a single person in Canada. It's pretty disappointing. We're a smaller country population-wise, but if you sell product here, you should at least hook up one person. ASICS already put Xander Mitchell on, even if they're not even, and they aren't even sold in Canada yet. That's pretty crazy. I mean,
Interesting.
but again, it's like those Nike scalebacks where it's like, but to not have anybody in the whole country on the team is pretty wild.
It's pretty funny. And this is funny because then it goes to they have though. Homie on the bunt was on at one point. Like was like past tense.
Yeah, like 10 years
That's not
ago.
now. And and then Wade. I think Wade maybe got shoes, right? I mean,
I think
he
it was,
wearing
but it
Dunks,
wasn't like anything. He wasn't
point.
on a team or anything.
which is crazy. He should have been.
But that goes back to that Reebok thing of like everybody on that team was kind of tainted for a while and like nobody wanted to touch them.
Yeah, I mean,
He
I'm
was
not.
skating Nikes right after that, but he was skating like Jordans and like stuff he was buying. It wasn't like I don't know what the breakdown is of like when he got free shoes and when he didn't, but they weren't giving him Jordans
Yeah.
back then.
But it is pretty crazy because I'm trying to think like there must be somebody in Canada getting Nikes. Like maybe there's flow dudes out there. But that's crazy. Like not a single person. That is so insane to hear.
I do like that again. Asics is like spreading it around and putting on like Xander, who's sick, and now they have that brand new plaza out there that looks incredible, and like he's getting clips there all the time, and like They posted something today in those brown and orange. I can't remember the name. Whatever
Oh, the
that new.
NBDs.
Yeah, like he posted a clip in those today, and it looked so good.
Yeah.
So it's like just building the hype for a country that they're not even available in yet.
Yeah, which is smart too. Build up the hype and, everything's more desirable when you can't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Every time I see somebody wearing that shoe, I'm like, I can't wait for it to come out. I want to try it.
Yeah.
Especially after you said it's got like a little bit of a wider toe. Like, oh,
It seemed like it a little like with the inside of that shoe too. It's like not I don't want to say a mesh, but it's definitely like a fabric on the inside half.
yeah.
So it'll have a
But
little
you're
more
never going
give.
to rip that. So,
Man.
but just that, like you said, that brown and orange looks so good together.
Yeah. No, it's the colorway is. I don't know. I think it's just perfection.
All right. So this one said, I skated a ton of the Booznets. Love the fit, but sick of the lack of grip. Gonna try the Copa Premier next. Also skating the Van Zaba at the moment, which is excellent. Stupid expensive though. The Zaba is the Zion shoe. That's not Zion shoe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which I
Which
really thought from all that marketing that it was like Zion's pro shoe, and then it's just not. It was just a colorway. But yeah, I mean, Dave kind of covered that when we talked about the booze, and it's like, for as thin as that sole is, like it has no grip to it.
I remember I was happy seeing this comment because I was just like, cool. I'm not insane because it literally felt like I see so many people wearing them, and I'm just thinking like, how can somebody wear this shoe that doesn't grip?
Now I want to see what
That,
this
that
Copa Premier looks like.
yeah, it's
Oh, it's that big, goofy looking soccer shoe that like the McClungs were wearing for a little bit before.
oh, is that the one they just did with that no comply shop?
Yes.
Oh God, so
Yeah.
funny when
I
you
mean,
hear
it's
what
a
people
full-on
like.
soccer shoe, so I get it. But yeah, it just doesn't
Yeah,
seem
it's
like
just funny
it's.
when people like this is a good shoe. It's like what the hell are you talking about? Love the fit, but sick of the lack of grip. Well, at least he moved on and didn't say like I'm still wearing them, but the grip sucks.
Yeah. I still wear them to my graphic design job.
Yeah, that's. I have my little 5-panel hat. Here's one. Josh from Pure. DC will always stay relevant in big cities, but not really anywhere else. Now, I would have said DC was way popular as like a mall shoe in the Midwest, like the DC Court.
But I feel like that's even that's pretty dead, right? Nobody wears that anymore.
Oh, not in the. I'm sure in like the bumblefuck Midwest and shit. I'm sure they still run strong. But I mean, like not. I guess in the big cities is DC seems so weird to me because it seems like it's that's like a niche. Like yeah, you have Shanahan, but I don't see a lot of people with these links on. There's like a person here or there.
Yeah, like I see it a lot here. DC, some people, Baltimore or whatever. But so I guess it is. It's like bigger cities, but I don't see a lot of even like Boston kids wearing it or.
No, California and like San Francisco or something. You don't.
Yeah, like I definitely have even availability. Like one of my good friends that only skates in like big DC shoes orders them from Seasons, and he lives in LA. But every single time a new shoe comes out, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got to go on Seasons tonight when they come out."
He's diehard.
Oh, dude,
Diehard
Tony
DC.
Lopez wears every DC that comes out, but he's like Seasons every time. Every time there's a shoe release, he's buying it from them
Wow.
because he can get the shipping's cheaper and whatever. But he's like all about that shop for those releases because they always have them.
He says Nike only has 3 shoes: Dunk Blazer and GT Blazer, and they make them very well, but then continue to turn out bad Nike 6.0 style shoes and pro models that only have about a year or two of shelf life. So let's think about this. So Nike has 3 shoes: Dunk, the Blazer, and the GT Blazer. Now I'd say those are the 3 common ones they run though. Is that safe to say, Mitch?
Yeah, I think those are the staples.
That's like is there anything else? It just seems like such a weird thing, but it's true. Now that I'm thinking about it, like that's it.
Yeah, no, they've tried to make other cupsoles. Like they tried that Force 58 or whatever, but that didn't seem to take off.
That's because they put those shitty stoles on.
Yeah, they tried the classic before that.
Yeah, that thing sucked too. It's those soles. I swear it's those shitty soles they put on. They just don't look cool. And pro models that only have about a year or 2 of shelf life. Well, it's true. Ishad's shoe, right? He's already on to the second one.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how Leo's shoe does. I mean, there was a million comparisons to the Omar, but it's because it's a mid-top and it's got like that toe toe box thing where it wraps all the way around and to the same edges on both sides. It's like
I
very
thought it looked really
normal.
cool. Like someone told me it looks like an Airwalk Enigma, and I was like, yeah, it kind of does. The colors are really cool. I like it with the sole with the speckles in it. Like it actually seems like a pretty cool shoe. I haven't seen it in person yet, but the shoe itself, it looks pretty good. But again, I think it's also the colors. If it was a different color, I might hate it.
So I just watched the part today, and in there's a pair of black ones with a white sole and then like a gum bumper on the front, or like some kind of like gum, because it's only like one quick clip, so I saw them. But it looks, just seeing it, like immediately my eyes were drawn to it. Of like, oh, when that color comes out, I'm interested.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna have to now to find the clip of the shoes. So how long of a part is it?
Honestly, it went by so fast. It's 5+ minutes. And I was like,
Wow.
oh, it's going to be like 2 minutes of footage and like a bunch of filler, but it's mostly tricks.
And it's just 5 minutes of Leo Baker.
Yeah, there's a couple guests. There's an Alyssa trick. There's a BA trick. There might be somebody else. Like I said, I've just kind of watched it once in passing, and it was just on kind of thing. But there were some tricks that I was surprised by. Yeah, I really expected like 2.5 minutes of like footage and then like talking about the shoe or something. So when it ended, and I was like, oh, that was the whole video, and it was all skating.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of like B-roll stuff mixed in there, but
Yeah, that's still, a lot of footage. Off topic with that, there was the New Balance promo that just came out
oh
for the Reynolds shoe.
yeah,
Did you watch that today?
yeah. Marcello, right? That's that dude's name. The 18 East guy, Marcello Campanello, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that was like the perfect promo.
Yeah, really good skating all like the well-known Chicago spots.
It, it's it seems very doable to me. I think that's what my appeal was too. Like you get a bunch of dudes, they skate. My one friend made a point. He's like, "Yeah, it doesn't look like it was all their B footage. It looks like they actually used the footage they got.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah.
wasn't like saving the good stuff for another project." And like they just said, whatever, if it was a week or something or a weekend, I don't know how long it took them, but that they got that and made it. And it was really really cool.
See that Reynolds, was it manual back 180 to switch manual?
Yeah, wasn't expecting that. That was so cool.
So cool. Like legit popped it, landed back in the switch manual, and like and went like he did it kind of like in the middle of the ledge too, so he still had to balance that switch manual.
Yeah, it wasn't like he dunked it at the end or anything. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, as much as like for years, like those Vans years, I was like, oh, Reynolds looks good skating in Vans. Like he looks great skating in New Balances. Like it
It was
fits
funny
him.
too, Mitch. There's no like New Balance comments in here. It's like DC and Nike, and then a little Adidas sprinkled in. That seems like
Yeah, because I mean, people don't really have too much to say. Like it's not like it was 10 years ago where it's like Nike is the devil. It's like I think they've realized that like they're doing a lot.
oh well. And I said that I should have finished reading this whole one. New Balance numeric usually has some of the best materials. We're all still waiting for the made in USA shoes.
Oh god, it'd be so expensive though.
It would be, but if you're paying $150 for Vietnam-made S shoes,
True that.
maybe $150 pair of New Balance would made in the USA would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely bought some $200 990s that were made in the USA just because.
Yeah, it would probably be a $200 shoe. It would be cool if they made like a limited number of them, and that would be pretty cool. Cons is cool, but nothing new from the camp really. Well, right? They just make the same shoe over and over again.
Yeah, I kind of think they know that's what their people want.
Yeah, they've been kind of quiet lately.
Yeah, hopefully they're working on something.
Love to see some Zared footage. Sick that they keep him like he's on, and I think that's cool. That dude can still get a paycheck.
Yeah, shit, what they gave Alexis a shoe, she's got to be like she's got to be like her mid to late 30s, right?
Yeah, and still goes all in, man. It's pretty
Yeah.
sick.
Oh, yeah, big fan.
Vans forgot about skate shops. There's a 1 million annual sale store 5 minutes from my shop, and we hardly sell Vans anymore. And most people that used to skate Vans now skate Cons or Last Resort. Okay, that I mean, I have I have a friend. So this is funny. Speaking of Last Resort here, but my friend only wore Vans eras and slip-ons, mostly slip-ons. That's all he ever wore. And once Vans went up to like the $85, $90 range, he said, well, I'm just going to buy Last Resorts because this is all the same price now, so I'll pay the money and just support Last Resort instead of Vans. And he stopped buying Vans completely. Pretty crazy how that happened. I don't know about going to Cons, but I guess that seems like a
Yeah, I don't
weird
know. I've
crossover.
never tried on a a last resort because it's all vulcanized from what I've seen, and it's just not the kind of shoe that I'm interested in wearing. But I don't, I would love to see it do well, especially if it's like,
Yeah,
a little more low key and not some giant corporation doing it. But
it's a cool thing. They have no logos. It's just like a basic suede shoe. I had one pair and they fit like shit. Just not for me. I shouldn't say fit like shit, but they were very wide and it's a very thin walled shoe and it just not wasn't for me. Like they're almost like meant to be tied tight.
yeah,
Tongue was
just
very
looking at
thin.
them, I knew it wasn't something that I would ever want to wear.
Yeah, yeah. I was hoping that they would be cool, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, the concept's cool. Like I'm definitely down for it, but just not, not my thing at all.
Yeah, I give them credit too, broken record, but like they had issues with the insoles, so they went and worked on making better insoles. My friends bought the same guys. They bought the cupsole ones, and they said the sizing was so off that that was horrible. They couldn't even we bought their size, and it was like, yeah, these don't even fit. Yeah, I guess that's like hopefully your local shop carries them, and you can go try them on in person, and get a shoe that fits, not have to mail
Yeah,
order
definitely
them.
something where anytime it's something new, you definitely have to try them on.
Asics has the vibe of Adidas in the 2010s, unique and lots of potential. Yeah. Well, it's crazy. I was watching the other night the Chewy Cannon Benny Fairfax Adidas edit, which I love, and I think that was like 8 years old or something, and I was blown away by that. Like, oh my God, this is that old. This is crazy. Remember it coming out what I thought would have been fairly recently.
Man, what year was Away Days?
We can find that out, man. 2009.
No shit. Wow.
No, that's something. That's like a movie called Away Days.
I was going to say, that seems like too long ago.
2017.
Yeah, that seems more like it. Yeah, because like Tyshawn and Nakel and all them are in it. And they haven't been
That's
on
six
that
years
long.
ago.
Even that like whole PWBC section in that video is sick. With like Benny Fairfax and all those guys. And
That was
Chewy.
like an odd video, right? I don't know if I sat through it, but wasn't that like just like a video? Like it was like no continuity. It was just like stuff thrown in there in parts, and it's super long. And
I don't know. It is a weird edited video, but there's certain parts that I love. Like I think Miles Silva's part in that's really good. Lucas's part in there is fantastic.
was Tom Snape in it?
It's in like a montage.
He's the best.
Oh yeah, yeah. There wasn't as much of the international guys that had like full parts, but there was like other montage sections with them. Like Raul Navarro has a little section. But then it's like full Tyshawn part, full Nakel and Jake Donnelly share a part.
Lab created skater Jake Donnelly. Omar 9904 ARG. I was just talking about city skateboards the other day, and no one knew what the fuck I was talking about. Well, isn't that a shame?
Travesty.
Yes, really is. Pete Eldridge, Mike Maldonado, when they were
Tony
on
Montgomery.
Crime in the City. See, they weren't in that.
Who? Pete
Tony
and Mike?
Montgomery was. Tony
Yeah,
Montgomery
Tony-
was.
Yeah, Pete and Mike were off by then.
Alex Klein, his part was awesome, even though that dude sucks, and he was the one like responsible for destroying the slap 1 in a million. But his part in that was really good.
Yeah, Russ.
Russ Milligan, yeah, think of that. City was sick. It's just
Yeah,
one of those
so much
brands. I guess
potential.
there just wasn't enough to push it over the top. It was still like had that. I guess everybody was too underground.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like when Pete and Maldonado left. Like I know Russ had a board, but who else would have had like pro boards on there?
At the end, it was Jeremy Reeves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they left too because they said shit was supposed to happen that never happened, right? Like they were told one thing and they bounced.
Yeah, but I think not too long after that is when Street Corner folded.
Who picked them up after that then?
City? Or those people?
Yeah, because City, after they were off, it lasted for a little bit.
Pete, that's when Pete went through that like sponsorless phase. So,
'cause I
and
remember
maybe with Maldonado. But yeah, Pete, that's when like Pete was skating crooked boards and like going through all that stuff and wasn't really skating a ton. And then that's when he got on Mystery and had that big like comeback part.
Yeah, because I'm thinking though, because Crime in the City, when that came out, it was like, I think that was a while after they were off. It wasn't like right away.
Oh yeah. It was like probably 2 years.
Yeah, but I remember they left because of, it was something, I think they were told one thing and then something like that. It sucks. I wish they would have been on and,
Yeah, it's a shame Tony Montgomery never got a board somewhere. Because that dude put in so much time and all that stuff, and he always consistently ripped. Even to the end,
Yeah,
like when he was like still had sponsors and he was on what was York's company? Turf. Even then, like he had a part in their video that was good.
yeah, he was awesome. I remember him as a little kid because we used to go out to like by Atlantic City, and we used to skate over there, and it was him and Omar Alvirio. They were like little kids, and
Yeah, yeah, that's the city that I lived in.
yeah. Oh,
When I,
really?
yeah, it was. We all lived in Ocean City.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
like
'cause I
the
guess was that.
outsider because I wasn't from there, so I didn't like skate with their crew all the time. But we would like skate the same spots, and I'd see them around. So like we knew each other. Like I mean, I still see them all the time now. Like, I saw Omar last week or something.
Yeah, I remember he was. They were so all those kids. They were so good. All right, here's a good one. Adam Algin 4154. Adidas is doing some interesting things. My main thing is I'm looking for shoes that are made in house. Yeah, I don't know what he means by in house. Last resort is interesting. Pontus Alv strikes me as a person who thinks about sweatshop labor and all that, but I don't know. Just not a fan of the taping. The uppers are very good, however. Made in house. What does
Yeah,
that mean?
I have no idea. I don't think he knows.
Yeah, like in house. Like I think all these shoes are made overseas.
Yeah, like no matter how much control you have over it, you're not making it in like your own factory.
Yeah, as judging how it's labor is spelled, I'm assuming this dude's European.
I mean, I know what he's saying about the high tape, like the thicker Volk sides,
Yeah, I thought that was weird looking too on those last resorts.
especially when they don't like as much as like it's a Vans thing. But if you put that black line around the sole, so it just breaks it up a little bit, so it doesn't
Oh,
look
the
so
foxing
thick.
stripe.
Yeah,
See, and on the Vans, I hate when I would get like half cabs or something. I would hate that foxing stripe. I wanted them all white because I didn't like if you kickflip and it wears off. Now the shoe looks old.
yeah. I guess I just think back to like when I was wearing Fallens a lot, like way back when. If they didn't have the stripe, I was drawing it on because the sole just looked like this big fat white. Like it just made it look super
Man,
tall. So it's not a
yeah.
YouTube comment, but when we posted a lot of this stuff, one of the biggest things I got back was people responding to the Project BA thing. So brought these in. This is the original Quick Strike pair that they had.
So you still
These were
have
great.
some?
No, this is the only pair I still held on to. I looked the other day. I had that picture where I had 25 pairs of them, but I just gave them all the way to like I went to Whitehall and just dumped them all. It's like some local skate park that there's always kids at, and I just dumped them all there and let them have them. It's crazy. Like I love this colorway. Both Quick Strike ones had this like neoprene around the collar instead of being like a regular collar, and it sucked. Your foot would just fall out of it constantly. So I couldn't
That's the
skate these
worst.
Quick Strike ones. I think that's why they're actually in like good shape and not skated. Like even looking at it now, I'm like I would skate this,
I'm
but
shocked they don't reissue it. Seems like that could fly more now than it did when they released it.
but it was another one where it was $100 10 years ago, so I'm sure it would be even more now.
Yeah, it's a 150. That's your new Muska shoe.
Yeah, but it's got like that lunar lawn, like Dave was talking about, where it's like built into the sole instead of being in the insole. So you can put a different insole in it, which is cool. Something different. But a lot of people responded to that, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, that shoe like had like a cult following.
Yeah, I was in the cult.
I've met other people, and that's like their shoe. Like that dude, Tom Atencio, he was one of them. I
Yeah.
love that shoe.
I mean, that's all I saw for like these comments. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go look at this one real quick. Reebok
All
needed to
right.
use Sean Powers for that skate shoe they're doing. Yeah, it's like, I mean, we said that from the beginning. Like, you've already done stuff with Bronze, you've done stuff with whoever. Like, why are you blowing it now and just trying to do it yourself and making that hideous monstrosity of a shoe? And then they go, if you put a little super glue on the ollie area of the fast breaks, they'll last just as long as a suede shoe from my experience. Last longer than Adidas leather or Superstars. It just sucks that, like, any shoe... Oh, God.
No, any shoe you put super glue on is gonna last longer.
Yeah, it just sucks that, like, oh, yeah, this shoe doesn't suck if you do this. And it's like, no, you should just make a shoe that doesn't suck from the start. Like, I shouldn't have to modify it just to be able to use it.
I'm gonna throw three shoes at you. Play this game quick, and then so there's the New Balance 480, the Reynolds, right? So you got that. You have well, I don't know. Would you buy that shoe?
It's on the way.
Play that one. Oh, you okay? You just said it's on the way.
Yeah, Dave
Sick.
talking
They're
about
really
it,
good.
and like me looking at it and that Reynolds colorway. The other day, I was just looking around and I was like, you know what? I really want to try these, and it's killing me because, like I said, I've only been wearing one shoe, so I have like three brand new pairs of shoes to put on once I can wear two shoes again.
So, all right, we'll say this, but would you say that's the most intriguing shoe in the New Balance line right now? Shoe colorway combo.
When yeah, because I didn't really care for the other colorways that I saw of it, but when I saw the Reynolds ones, it really like piqued my interest.
I like the those white and rust ones. I thought those looked really cool.
Not for me, but they look good. Like Justin Henry's wearing them in that Chicago edit, and they look sick. But yeah, I don't know. I saw View had them in my size, so I just yeah hook up Gary and buy a pair from them.
Really cool. Like I would say that's like the coolest shoe colorway pretty
Yeah,
much that they've
I'm
dropped.
interested to see this Tom Knox shoe when it comes out. I think it comes out in October or November, but I have a feeling it's going to be too narrow for me.
These are sick. And what would you say? What's the let's say top Adidas shoe colorway? Like you had to pick an Adidas you're buying right now.
Damn, you know what? Honestly, as crazy as they would look on me, I was kind of into those purple Caters. They're so out there.
Really?
They're just so out there that I kind of feel like it would be like fun to wear.
The high or
And
the
it's a
low?
pair of shell top.
Yeah, they did a high and a low.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only saw the lows, I think. But I can't think of another shoe on Adidas right now that I would want to wear. Yeah, like I mean, I'm looking at that
This
what's going by right now, and there's nothing that piques my interest at all.
they have so many shoes.
And some people can make those shoes look super cool. Like One Finger used to wear the Busenitz Volks all the time, and they looked great on him, but they looked stupid on me. Like I feel like if I had to wear an Adidas, it would be like the Forum or something, like that big chunky shoe, because it's probably the only one that would fit me right.
This is pretty crazy. Like there it is, the Copa. Oh my God, what a
Yeah, not a fan.
yeah, no. And like that court, these shoes are like the Volks, the Buznit Volk, with that white heels weird. The Mike Arnold shoe I think looks cool, but I don't know how that would skate, but I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I've never seen the Nora
I
shoe in
didn't
person, but I don't think it's something that would like fit me in any way.
what a it's so weird because like even the soles on these Tyshaws are crazy looking. How like they look so thick.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Have we passed any superstars?
No, they probably don't have them on the skate page because I don't think there's a skate line superstar right now. I think
That
it was
can't
just
be.
it's like a super limited release, like when those Cater ones came out.
Well, as of right now, is the sale shoes. That's what I'm going with. If I had to pick, the sale Tyshawn shoe of what is that thing? God, the brown. I like the color. I don't like that sole. It would be cool if that was a gum sole or something.
Yeah.
A little interesting. Yeah, that's pretty crazy too. That shoe's $90. Like for what shoes go for, and like that seems cheap for that. Well,
All
there's
right,
your
so
shell
if you had to
toe.
pick a New Balance, what would you pick?
I would go with that Reynolds shoe too. I think that or that rust colored 480.
You know, it's going to come to it, and I'm going to make you have to pick a DC.
I'll pick one. It's kind of funny skateboarding. So funny. I don't think we're going to be able to do this for Asics. I don't think they have
Sorry, we both know our answer
you
for Asics. Actually,
Japan
yours
Pro.
could be different.
No, I'd take the Japan Pro. But that Reynolds shoe, this is a really poor silhouette of it. I don't like. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
There's
not a
product
good
shot.
image.
Yeah. 272. Man, like who's buying those? Tiagos, like that's
Oh, there's a new color of the Tiago that I just saw today that kind of looks like the beef and broccolis, but it's a little different. It's like just hitting shops like this week. And it actually looks really good. I feel like I saw it on Blue Flowers that they got it.
this all blacked out Tiago is like second.
Yeah,
But
like I would
definitely,
love to skate that if I didn't
yeah,
know it was going to be good or
dude.
bad.
I just remember the soles on those, like the comfort level is next level. The 808s suck. Oh god, it's the worst shoe. 440 Trail, like that's a cool idea. The Westgates look like ass. More Tiagos. Oh, this is a sales section. But I guess for argument's sake, Mitch, I'm gonna go with the Reynolds.
It's a good call.
I have to.
That one right there, the 288 Sport, the green one in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
I loved that shoe when it first came out, but it's another one where it's like had no consistency season to season, so I just gave up on it.
I had I want to say I had them, but mine had a tongue. Like not a sock liner.
That was the 288 before it was the Sport.
Yeah, so I had those. I used to have these. I used to always wear the Westgates. That was my introduction, pretty much, to New Balance was the Westgates.
The first one?
913s. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
ugly,
yeah.
but they were comfortable. So ugly. All right. So we're both going to agree on that one. The 480s.
Yeah, for sure.
That's our in the Reynolds colorway. What else do we got? Nike.
You go to DC?
Yeah, let's just go to DC. Let's do it. Mitch, this is going to be difficult, man. This is.
I don't know, those cash only links are pretty sick.
Are they?
Yeah, they wear away.
Yeah, I don't like that they rip, so they just look old.
Yeah, I don't know. I like denim shoes though.
That's your DC pill. There's the big pill sole. You can put your money in the tongue, Mitch.
Oh yeah, not always a fan of the zipper tongue.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like the Sabotage ones had that too.
Well, they only have a 10.5 and 11 left. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm passing on those. Man. You know what I noticed? They have a lot of those guys riding the Manteca highs. Did you notice that? Like Jameer had them on. It looked like what looked like anyway a Manteca high.
Yeah, it's either the Manteca or the Pure. They look very similar. See, that's that K-Links that I was talking about. The scroll up a little bit. These ones, the Phillies colors ones, where it's like they put that Kalis 1 body on that shitty Link 0 sole.
Yeah.
You're not going with the Shanahan?
I think I am. I think I would go with the gray and orange Shanahan.
Yeah.
But it sucks. I've seen it in person. It's just a little bulky for me. But
Yeah.
Man, Mitch, is that what I'm going with? I'd almost want to take like the Lucian Clark
Yeah, those are cool.
links.
It's a cool colorway at least.
Yeah, I like the color, but it has.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
That's
like,
the right sole
print
too,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, that's the OG sole.
I don't know. It has that like stupid writing on the sole.
Yeah.
This is like really
It's not like you have to really buy them.
I know, but I'm really thinking like, but I would have to wear them, you know. I'm gonna go with the Shanahans. I like his work ethic.
Yeah.
What's your call here? The cash onlys?
Yeah, I'd probably go with the cash onlys. I like the Link's sole.
Man, what do we got next? Nike?
Nike. Yeah, Leo doesn't look bad.
No, it's the colorway though, because the white ones, these look cheap.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but the brown.
That's another one though where it's a bad picture. Like, because I've seen other pictures of them or see them on foot, and they look so much better than what those product shots look like.
Yeah,
Like, I think
this
it's because
looks
it's
like-
laced all the way to the top too. Like, that looks like shit.
See, this is like the shit they do not need to Zoom Pogo Plus.
Yeah, but
Why
that's the
would you
shit
make
they sell to like famous footwear and stuff in like SB boxes.
But for $90, oh my gosh, Nike SB shirt. Kid looks like he's suffering from depression. Blazers. Oh, deal on Blazers. Deal on iShods. This one's so bad it doesn't even have the name of it, Mitch. It just says $75.
Just in. Already
You
on
see that?
sale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. There's no name to that shoe.
That
Whatever
BRSB,
this-
that's supposed to be like a Cortez.
See, this is when these people are like, yeah, Nike sucks. And I'm kind of like, yeah, this does suck. Like, just that all this crap is grouped together.
Yeah. Yeah, it all falls under that like SB umbrella. I saw they're bringing the fog dunks back. I'm psyched on that. Somebody's like, I can't believe it. We don't, of all the things to re-release, we don't need these. I'm like, clearly you don't skate.
What are you picking here? The Leo?
I guess. I don't. My foot wouldn't fit in anything else. I don't even know. I'm just gonna claim a win on those those dunks that are at the top. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ones, whatever that.
I'm going to go the GT Blazer. I always put that shoe on a pedestal. I do love that shoe.
But even that, it's $85.
Yeah, it's not worth $85, but I love it. I don't know. I just think it's the greatest shoe.
Yeah, it looks great. It's just paper thin.
Cons?
Yeah, we can try con.
I thought I was going to bring you like some prison thing. The Skate Chuck Taylor, man, it's like a genius shoe. It really is. Fast breaks, if you shoe glue them, they last longer than leather.
Yeah, I think I would go with the Alexis before we even look at it. Like, I feel like the Alexis would be the one.
It's so weird.
How is that
Yeah,
one
'cause
of
that
all
one-
things buried and like not at the top of the site? Or I wonder if
Yeah,
that's
that
like
is weird.
skate shop exclusive.
They're down here at the bottom.
Oh,
$80 though. That is pretty insane, dude.
Yeah, that's what I said. For as much tech as is in them.
You know, it's wild to see like how cheap some of these shoes are though. Like there's deals to be had.
Yeah.
$80 though, man. So Cons is like on that price point market. Even the Chuck Taylor, $75. Like that's a pretty durable shoe. Like you have the rubber toe cap. Yeah, 1 stars are 75. Man, Cons has that price point market.
Yeah, because even one of the fast breaks,
Oh,
$80.
there we go. I'm an idiot. $80 for a Chuck Suede. That's for what skate shoes go for now. That's pretty damn cheap. I mean, that's cool. They're offering. I mean, they're basic shoes, but they're also charging you like a basic shoe price. Is Asics up on anything? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we'd have to go to like a skate shop's page.
Yeah. What's your shop of choice right now, Mitch?
Oh man, I've been trying to spread it around. NJ, obviously. That's a good one.
So that covers the line. I'd say they pretty much have just about everything here. I'm going Japan Pro, black and white.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I wish I could wear the Vika. It's such a cool, like it's a cool looking silhouette, but my wide ass foot's just a little too wide for it.
Yeah, Mikey bought a pair, and he said they weren't for him. And I liked them when I had them. I thought they were pretty good. These are cool. These look really good.
Yeah, I mean, I bought them, I wore them, I just couldn't. They didn't stretch enough for my. I was hoping I could wear them, but maybe I could go a half size up. But I just like the Japan so much more.
But yeah, sold out, sold out, sold out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing well most places.
This is a beautiful shoe.
Yeah, it lasts well. The sole's great.
I just tried a pair of these. Soles were a little thin, but super sick. Like they skated. I wasn't expecting to like them, and I did. It's actually like, all right, these are pretty awesome. And I got used to the green laces. Got a pair of these to try too, Mitch.
I can't wait to see.
Pretty crazy. I showed my wife. She's like, "What the hell are those?"
Yeah, I mean they're a lot to take in for sure.
Cool. Corpo shoe, and those are our picks. Yeah. So I guess Mitch, we can end this now. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, that was it. It was good to get a lot of feedback from people on this episode and a bunch of the other ones we've done. So it's cool to I love the interaction. Like make sure people, if you're watching these, give comments on stuff. Not to be all YouTuber-y and be like comment and subscribe and whatever, but leave comments because I'm interested in see what people's feedback is on what we think and how this goes. I love the interaction. That's been my favorite part of doing this so far.
Yeah, definitely. And I like to hear there's things that people will bring up and it's like, oh, about that. That is cool. I didn't even know that. Or seeing other people's opinions. Because again, I think even as far as shoes go, we have different shaped feet. And, different shoes fit us differently. And it's cool to see what other people say. Because, somebody might say oh, well, I like these, so I also like this shoe. Or I didn't like this shoe. Anything like that. Definitely. The interactions are classic. It is also pretty crazy to see, though, the difference between the core fan and this fan of the more corporate,
for sure,
branded skate shoes. Yeah. So, all right. So I guess we're gonna head out. If you didn't, if you're out there and you haven't listened to our show on Transworld, Podus Operandi, definitely go check that out. It's on YouTube. It's us with Blair. But yeah, I think that's it, and we'll have another episode soon, and we'll be back. Hopefully.
Thanks.
Fingers crossed, right, Mitch?
Yeah, we'll keep coming.
Yeah, you can't get rid of us. All right, cool.